Okay, very good. Let's kickstart the.
This meeting is being recorded.
1 second, I'll just put everyone in mute here. Okay, wait. Okay, we will start now. I'm going to record it now to the cloud. Yeah, now it's started recording it already. Okay, so let's get started with the introduction to Python. So what is Python? First of all, Python is an open source software. Okay, and we'll first understand what is Python and what you can do with Python, and also we will take a look at why Python is so popular, why many of the companies or enterprises now they started using Python, though it is a open source software. Many of the enterprises, even in their production environment, we can see that the Python is used like anything. Okay, the majority of them they started using Python even in their production environment or live environment. Okay, first of all, what is Python? Python is a open source and it's a free, and you don't have to pay. It doesn't involve any licensing cost, and it's a high level programming language. And then it's a open source. Okay, the free software is nothing but open source. It's a high level programming language. Okay, and high level multi-purpose programming language. So you know what is Swiss Arm knife, right? So it's something like with this knife you can do everything. Many smaller knives will be there. If you want to open your wine cork, right, you can use this one, right? So likewise with Python, you can develop applications right from web application to till computer vision and deep learning, all generative AI also, right? You can develop or implement any algorithms using Python. Okay, you can develop a gaming application. You can even develop a thick client using Python. Okay, Python was developed by who? So he's the gentleman. Okay, Guido van Rossum. He's the one instrumental in developing the Python software by late 1980s. So what has been, he developed a Python as an hobby. So what has been developed as a hobby, now it become a mainstream application or the programming language that is used in almost all the production environment of the larger enterprises. Okay. Python is an interpreter-based language. This is also an important point you should be aware. So what do you mean by interpreter? What is mean by compiler? So unlike the C language and Java, even if you write 2 lines of code in your program or script, you need to first compile it and then only you can run it. But when it comes to Python, you don't have to compile it. Okay, so it compiles automatically behind the scene. But still, the compilation is happening behind the scene, but you don't have to explicitly do the compilation. Okay. So it's an interpreter based language. Okay, so as soon as you type a command, you can see the output instantly in the terminal. Okay, the Python terminal also. Okay, this Python supports procedural language, object oriented, and functional programming. You take any type of programming, everything is supported by your Python. It is portable and extensible. Okay, so once you develop any application, you can port it to any operating system. It's a platform independent like Java. Okay, you don't have to make changes to your code for different environment or different types of operating system. Okay, once you write it, for example, you created a script and you wrote the script in Windows, and you want to move it to Mac operating system or Linux operating like Red Hat Linux or CentOS. You name Amazon Linux, you name any Unix or Linux environment. You can simply push the code or script to the or application. It will work. Okay, you don't have to make any operating system specific changes to your code. So what do you mean by extensible? You can use Python in other languages also. Okay, and also Python, you can integrate with other programming languages like C++. You can integrate with these kind of languages. Okay, and it's a dynamic typing. So what do you mean by dynamic typing, guys? Can someone tell me? What do you mean by dynamic typing? Yes, Preeti, you are correct. Varun, you are correct. Kumar, you are correct. Dynamic typing is nothing but it assigns the data type automatically. You don't have to explicitly type the data type. Unlike other programming like Java and C++, it's a declarative language. You need to first
This meeting is being recorded.
declare the data type of the variable and then only you can use it. But when it comes to Python, you don't have to declare the data type anything explicitly. Okay. So what you can do with Python? So okay, Python is, so far you understood Python is a high-level programming language. It is developed by Guido van Rossum, and it's an interpreter-based programming language, and using which you can write a procedural language or object-oriented programming, functional programming, everything you can, you can implement it using the Python. And also, you can develop. You can do that, and it can be integrated with other programming. It's a dynamic typing. Everything we learned it. Now the question is, okay, fine. So what I can do with Python? So what are the things that I can do with Python? So you can develop a desktop application, and you can develop mobile application. Okay, even you can develop a mobile application. Okay, and also you can develop mobile application, desktop application, and even for robot, you can write Python code and to give the instructions, everything for the row part. Okay, you can write self-driving car and computer vision, object vision, you name anything, right? Everywhere you can use Python. So Python has got in Python you have lot of packages are available. So by leveraging those packages, you can we can achieve or you can meet whatever the requirements that you want to implement that is possible with all these packages that are available with Python. Okay. Next one is we'll start with understanding one second. It's hanging my laptop. Variables in Python. First, we'll start with understand what is a variable. Okay. Yeah. Before we jump in there, the important thing is you need to install Python in your laptop. Okay. So before we dive in with the variables and data types, everything, right? Let me do. I think I'll just stop it.